Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Redz table. I don't know how you guys felt about that intro, but just hearing the Man United theme just brings joy. I don't know when last I felt them, but it still feels amazing. This is my first show tonight. Thank you very much to DVD TV. I'm a little bit nervous, but yeah, as the show goes on, I think I'll be more comfortable. I have the homies on with me tonight, and that will be Fabian, Tandy, John, and Clinton. I'm first going to be introducing Tandy. So welcome to the show, my guy.
Lutando, aka Tando, but anyway, leave it. Hi there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
very much for being here. How are you doing?
Well, yourself, sir.
How's Man United doing for you?
Great. Oh, wrong side.
Well done. Choose that badge. Next up, we have Fabian. Fabian, my man, how are you doing?
It's not Fabian, it's Fabiano. Tando. Mr. Williams, how's it? It's good. I'm good.
Lekker. Thank you for being here, my man. Next up, we have Clintino. Clinton, my man, how you doing?
Yo, Del. Good and you, bro. Young lad, you say.
Thank you very much for being here. And the man that has seen the least Premier League trophies out of all of us here, Juan Martin.
I'm not even going to comment. I thought this podcast was neutral.
Thank you very much, guys, for being here. So, as you know, at least the Redz table, leave your thoughts in the comment section. We are now live on Facebook. Listen to the pod on Spotify as well. So, Manu, I'm going to kick this off immediately. I know that we only have an hour, and we're going to start speaking about the Champions League roundup. Whoever leaves by accident, we'll just add you back if I see you in the background. It was actually a very good week for football. We've seen some play, we've seen some good goals, but there's also been some letdowns as well. We're going to, of course, start off with the first game on Tuesday, where we found that there was a very, very shocking result. How do you guys feel, though? How do you guys feel about Mr. Man himself? Mr. Man himself.
Hey,
is this a worrying
factor? They're going through a slump.
Is this a worrying factor for Liverpool? Should they start panicking? But how do you guys feel about the first result, though? Tandy?
I'll be honest, there mustn't panic. They can't beat Madrid at home. If you watch that game, it was literally the first goal, defense. Trent, yeah, he was suspect. They were breaking him a lot. That first goal they could have stopped. And the second one, obviously, that was unfortunate. Header back to the player. Freebie. Yeah, I think they can beat them. I really think they can come back.
Fibes, how do you feel about that?
Yes, yeah, so for me, and maybe for all the Liverpool supporters out there, it's like a question of, did Klopp get it wrong, or was it the players on the night?
Yeah, I think personally from my side.
We got you, Clint. We hear you, bro. Clint, you with us?
Yeah, so sorry, I thought Clint was talking. So as I said,
for me, I think
like
Anfield isn't the same without his fans, man. You know, how many? Yeah, can you hear?
Yeah, we can hear. It's a bit delayed, but keep going, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fabian, go for it, man. I'm waiting for you.
Fibes, bring us in, my man.
Sorry, man. So as I said, for me, it's a question of players or coach, right? Did Klopp get his his layout or his first choice of team correct? I think that was a question also asked. And then in terms of the next thing is, as a coach, you should know that Real Madrid's strongest side is on the left, Mendy and Vinicius. Yes, Madrid's been struggling, but the strongest form has been on the left. Yet you have Alexander-Arnold who was struggling, as Tandy said, against those two guys whole night. And I mean, yes, he made the change. He brought Thiago on, but once again, should that possibly be in a start? if we look at the pitch as well, the size of the pitch, it's a smaller pitch, should have brought more impact in the middle to put more pressure on Modric and Kroos. So for me, it's again in terms of did the coaches get it wrong, or is it actually the players?
Yeah. Now, I think I agree with that, because if I look at, I think Real Madrid just pulled one out of the minutes that Zidane has. You understand? The problem that I always have with Trent is everybody's like saying Trent is a world class right back, but I don't see a right back playing the way he played on Tuesday. You understand? So for me, it was like I think they got it. They saw that if Trent pushes up, there's gonna be a massive gap at the back. So like Tanya said, the first goal, it was their fault, which I think that Real Madrid knew that if they get Trent out of the way, Vinicius is gonna do havoc on that side. So big ups to Real Madrid for that. But you guys think that they're gonna bring it back in the second leg? I mean, they're not playing Barcelona again, so this is Real Madrid, 13-time Champions League winners.
And Ramos is back, eh?
They can do it.
You think so?
They can
John,
do it.
how you guys doing?
I think on the day.
Is it on the day?
Can't hear, man.
I think the network there by you guys are but tough. But okay, let's keep going.
Dale, sorry, Dale. So just one thing with Ramos being back, the defense being stronger, Madrid being at home. I think I no offense. Like I said, the football is football, but in my opinion, I don't think Liverpool's gonna get back. Like John said on the day, but if I look at it for now, I would say no.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that Ethan is a Liverpool supporter. And probably Ethan of course, they're gonna bring it back. Like I said, what I do enjoy is that Liverpool will probably give us one of those games that they've always given us in the Champions League. So yes, I did say that Real Madrid are the bosses of the Champions League, but Liverpool they do have it in their spirit to bring the game back. And I just feel that with Real Madrid also doing that with a back line probably the same as not as bad as Liverpool's, but if Sergio Ramos is coming back, I do see that Liverpool will be playing Europa League next season, which is fair on them. They have been pretty poor this season.
Yeah.
So, gents, talk to me about Mbappe, the Frenchman.
Quality. But also that game, if you look at it, Poch got it right there in terms of the tactics.
Yeah.
Because look at that high line buy-in place. That was very dangerous to play against such fast players. Very dangerous. So got it right.
But look here.
You wouldn't be too sure.
Lutando.
We got you, Clint.
Sorry, Dale. But my thing is, I was buying two UEFAs ago against Liverpool. The defense wasn't that good, and they were still leaking in goals. So with the tactics that Poch had last night, I mean, it worked in their favor. They got that 3 goals, and look, it wasn't magnificent, but it was backline errors. That's what I could say. That's what I saw last night with that game. So, I mean, if you...
The tactics work, bro.
Yeah, and I mean, with Mbappe and Neymar, they world class on their own already. Give them space and time on the ball, they're gonna finish. And that's what they had last night. Look at that first goal. How they broke through the defense.
Honest,
easy.
The way they played, the way Bayern played, it's the old Liverpool. That high line, leave the 2 centre backs, you know they're solid, they can protect so. But not against PSG. That didn't work.
That's Tandy, I know you used to play with Bayern Munich a lot on FIFA. So I'm sure that was your team that for me, Mr. Williams, obviously you were goalkeeper. I think the first goal was a bit the keeper could have done much better. Definitely could have made that save. And then for me, that's the thing that stood out for me actually, besides the Mbappe, was Neymar. I don't know if you guys watched his work rate last night. So normally Neymar just one that chills up front and he chills there, he gets the ball and then he attacks. But he actually tried to close down. He tried to push, to defend from the front. So you need to also give him that. That's one part of his game that has always been a question.
Yeah. Is that do you think that they see that was that a once-off thing for Neymar? Because I've never seen that from Neymar. To be honest with you, Neymar reminds me of Martial.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
is it this time?
true, though. I agree with you.
Yeah. I think Neymar realizes this could be his season to win it.
There we go. So I think I agree with Danny. I think it's determination. I think the whole PSG team, because this is the one trophy that they've been chasing for years, and even having all the money. So I think as a team they look, but definitely your second round is going to be.
Yeah. I agree with you. Ronald. The PSG defended well. But do we? How do we feel though? Is this going to be another?
No. Stop. PSG didn't defend well. They were a bit shaky. They were really shaky. Bayern, the crosses with Bayern, they could have scored a lot of goals. The defense wasn't that great.
I feel that the header was, of course, way too easy. But if we take away those two, we can't. I do feel that PSG has kind of defended. I won't say too well, but I feel that the game was won at the end of the day. So for me, it's big ups to them.
Okay.
Definitely.
Are we going to see PSG?
I think PSG did. They definitely defended well because.
John got backup style there.
Yeah. John, I think this comment is for you, my man.
He's going to get knocked out next round.
Just like his team.
PSG, why is he going to come back next round? Why is he going to come back?
The people can see that you're having network issues, my man. I wasn't going to bring Arsenal into this, but Ronald, big ups in that.
Throwing shade early on. Not even 12 minutes into the podcast. Yes.
Well done, Ronald.
Biggest one for the week. Talk to me about
Ronald.
The
robbery that happened at the Etihad.
Oh, my man.
It's a 4-1, man.
Nah, Manchester United. Manchester City.
Look, everybody's been saying it's Manchester United, but I mean that incident that happened there, my man. City takes the cake for them. I mean, I'm a goalkeeper. If my first touch is poor like that, I got away with murder.
True.
And I mean, it's that could have actually been a good second leg tie. But for me, that was actually a goal taken away, and that was blatant robbery. And I've heard it many times, but I'm starting to think, certain decisions that just goes for certain teams.
Look, City can lose that game, right? Because they're playing a good team at home. So City still can lose.
Yeah, for me, I feel like City can. Allianz was.
Maybe said something there, no?
Nah, so for me, it's like, it's like, I don't know if you guys noticed. So besides this point, and I mean, maybe this is links in with something Del mentioned. What's your thoughts on the VAR in Champions League versus VAR in the Premier League? For me, I sometimes also feel that.
I think Ollie just wanted to say Allianz plays at the Etihad.
Let me rather ask you a difference.
Yeah, answer
what is the difference between Premier League VAR and European VAR?
They only use it when it's a penalty. Only in penalties. But during the game, it doesn't affect it. And they only use it for penalties in the Champions League. So if something happened in the box, they'll check VAR. Outside the box, they don't check VAR. We're on the EPL, they check for everything. And that's where you're going to have problems.
Kyle, how's your network issue at the bottom, my man? Are you standing in for
Is that
John?
fact, Lucy? Is that
John is on the roof. Hy's op die dak. Hy maak oor die netwerk.
That signal's all good here. Jono is just questioning Tanya's facts here. Tanya, is that fact with regards to the VAR?
VAR
Or is that just more on him?
they're only focusing, when it affects like in the penalty spot in the box. If something happened in the box, then they'll check VAR. Outside the box, they're not going to check VAR.
Okay, is this the European now?
Too far.
I didn't say that. But I mean, European is the Champions League. One would think that the rules would be similar or better in the Champions League compared to the Premier League. Because I mean, I was baffled. I was really baffled. Like it's an opportunity that was actually it was a plain goal. Like this is all the fingertip offsides and the pinky toe offside and stuff like that. But I mean, like I looked at it, I was celebrating. I was happy for Bellingham. But that would be taken away from him. I was like, nah. But leave the comments, guys. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments about the whole VAR situation. Why is it different? And do you guys prefer those basic rules compared to the Premier League? Because we're getting it quite tough in the Premier League, man. Like I don't understand how we can have all those rules there, but in the Champions League, it's minor. It's small rules.
Yeah, yes, it's like politics, eh?
Politics, my man. Politics. But look,
there's rules for everyone, but some parties break it.
Look, I'm not gonna still be talking too much about Champions League because we're not there. But you know what? The party is in Europa. The party is in Europa.
I thought this is a neutral podcast.
The party is definitely in Europa. So, Europa time. United vs Granada. How do you guys feel about United tonight?
I'm not going to say anything. I'd rather watch the game.
I think it's going to be better.
Andy, this podcast is about voicing your opinion. It's too late now not to say anything.
I'm going to say I'm worried because it's a minor team, but sometimes United's performance, just hope for the best. Solskjaer must not get his tactics wrong. Okay, he never has tactics, but he must get
How is United though against Spanish teams?
We've won, man. We haven't done that bad.
Nah.
John, what's your take on that? United against Spanish teams. Yes, to John, holiday.
Look, to be honest with you right now, I have no doubt that United would beat most of the teams in Europa up to the final. That's like just based on how they're playing currently. The gears, when you have the gears with you, then everything goes your way basically. But you saw playing well. That's no doubt. But I couldn't comment because of my signal earlier. I couldn't comment because of my signal earlier, but my signal's much better now. However, Liverpool, I do feel we're gonna see a different Liverpool in Madrid. I agree with Tandy there. I have to agree with Tandy there.
Just saying also that Liverpool's record away has been better lately than Anfield. Obviously, I would say it brings down to COVID and the guys at the stadium is now null and void, and that was a big factor for Liverpool and Anfield. So I think their record is a bit more better at home and away. Sorry, yeah, and I would love it to come down to a good game, honestly. And
they're capable of it, man.
I would love to see the Salah and Ramos battle that we missed in the first leg.
I'm hopefully with the Liverpool fans. John, are you sure it's not because of your topi? Ellie.
I'm not gonna go back to the whole Liverpool again, but like I said, for me, I would just as being neutral in that game. The last time when they had to come down from a deficit and what they done to Barcelona, it's possible that they could do that, but this is not the Liverpool of 2 seasons or last season. When they won the COVID Cup, you know what I'm saying? This is now a totally different season. But I mean, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. They've done it before. They've beaten Liverpool, Real Madrid before. So I think that they can do it, but I doubt it. It's probably like a 60-40 situation. But I think let's focus more on Manchester United.
All right. So I'm quite curious to see the starting lineup first of all, Mr. Williams. Is it David De Gea back in the team?
Anfield isn't the same without the fans. Anybody can beat Liverpool.
We've moved on now.
Oh, you still want Liverpool?
Wi-Fi is delayed.
I think somebody should comment on that one signal there, that United fan signal.
They stole the cables, man.
Yeah, sorry, I'm delayed.
So as I said, interesting. I would like to see if the year is coming back into the team. Do I think we will go through the? Do I think we should go? We will go through. Or we will win tonight. Yes, I do. Despite the history of the curse, I think United in general isn't quite decent in terms of fighting back. And then also Marshall is out. So for me at the moment, I think Marshall should relax and recover well. Definitely Greenwood has been my star, and I think since he's been scoring now, Greenwood. Tandy, have you seen Greenwood play? Casters, what games are you watching of United?
His work rate is next level.
Yes, Greenwood's work rate.
Nah, what United?
No, Greenwood's work rate is good.
Tandy's thinking of Dave James.
Not as a winger. That's
thinking of Dave James.
He's not a winger. He's horrible on the wing. He plays better.
Yeah, that man's work rate. How is his work rate now? A couple of weeks ago.
Nah,
that's what I'm saying. He's a striker. Play him striker.
He's an all-round player in United.
Horrible on the right. He's not good on the right wing.
Guys, what's happening with Donny van der Beek? Why are we thinking?
Actually,
can I say something?
I still.
That's why I say only.
Just listen quick. Compare Polden. Look at Polden. Right? Pep gave him game time. The lighting got brilliant now.
Blame the coach.
Yes, the coach. He's messing up. We bought a youngster from Italy, what's the team now? And we're not even playing him. We're not giving him game time. We give him 10 minutes an hour long. It's like, bruh, you're not gonna get him to perform. It's really horrible, bruh.
But why is he? Because if you look at the game that we played over the weekend, and the last goal that was scored after Donny van der Beek came on, wasn't actually involved in that goal. But I've seen something in that game that was basically masterclass from Donny van der Beek.
You didn't see Fergie. He didn't worry about age. Age group is nothing. Fergie played you. If you were a 12-year-old, that man will play you.
Yes.
Yeah.
How else is it supposed to get better with no game time?
I feel you.
But then again, also. Donny definitely needs some more game time, and I think that the it's also probably as Oli. It's always easier speaking from the outside, but also as if you look at where Oli is now, yes, he's not being that consistent in terms of his decision making, in terms of his players, the depth that we have at United. But if we look at the position that we are in now, possibly the choices he's made thus far, yes, he's gotten it wrong here and there, but he's still in a better position than a lot of other coaches and teams in the Premier League. So at which point do you say, okay, actually let's give him the benefit of the doubt and see what he actually has, or do you, like I said, the other option is you threw in the towel already and it's like Ole out, which is something like I said, United hasn't been. Yes, we need a trophy, definitely, and I'm hoping we would get the Arsenal and United final in the Champions League, which is one of the rare things that you'll get. And don't also forget, don't forget there is another team also, Arsenal guys. They're also playing.
Oh, shame. Look, very, very good point here from Imtiaz. Nothing is happening with Donny. Be patient with the guy. He's learning the trade. Look at Fred. Fred took 2 seasons. Fred, Donny van de Beek.
Whoa. I want to comment here.
Oh, yeah.
If you look at it, let's look at it in this way. If Pogba leaves, Owens, what's going to happen? If you're not playing other players to mix up with the team, what's going to happen when Pogba leaves? What happens when Bruno's injured? A lesser injury. You understand? Then we're in really trouble. This is my argument. You must play the guys. Give them game time.
Yeah. I hear you, Tandy, but as a coach, do you think for now, and check, listen, yeah, I'm actually close to being second. I'm actually close to possibly winning a Europa League. And then, or do you worry about next season now already and then stand a chance of doing more damage?
No, you need to focus on now. That's what I'm saying. For now, I have no problem. I'm not going to say fire the coach. I don't want that. I just want him to realize what he's doing in terms of.
We can might as well jump onto that topic at this moment in time. And it's a very famous topic. I get it every week. Ole in or ole out?
In.
Ole out.
In.
Ooh.
Ole out.
Like I said, I need to give him the benefit of the doubt as much as there's times where I watch United and sorry, John.
I was caught up.
Yeah, I can.
So definitely, as I said, yes, at certain games, but as a support also, I don't know, like, yes, you're emotional and you're like, when United loses or draws, then you feel like, yes, it's like, I don't even want to say the word because we are clean. We don't say if and then like some other shows, if Owen and stuff. But really, but on a serious note, I would give him the benefit of the doubt and give him, if we stay second and we win the Europa, I would say we need to give him the benefit of the doubt and give him another season or two to see what else he has in store.
Yeah, give him. John, you already got the extension.
John, come in there, John.
I honestly don't think Ole should be out at this point in time. Like, if anything, I would say what the Premier League is looking for is for stable managers that can, like Wenger was doing for 20 years. That's what the Premier League needs nowadays, so that they have an income from a business perspective. With Ole, I would say he's doing a pretty good job to get us to top 4 every year. Like, I know you saw drawing. You aren't losing, my bro. That's bottom line. You lose here 1 or 2, but you saw drawing and winning most of your games, which is a good thing, my bro. How can you be shouting? How can that even be a question to fans? You know what I mean?
It can be a question. It's a valid question.
Brooklyn?
I say it's a valid question because if you look at Inter Milan, they have Lukaku, they have Ashley Young, they have Alexis Sanchez. That means is in laying first in the log with 9 points ahead. So, where, how? Where and how? It doesn't make sense. You can't also blame the league. You can't say it's the Italian league.
Yeah, let's look at it this way. Is that last season, how many points were we behind Liverpool? 20-something.
Was a big gap.
Arguably, this could be one of Pep's best seasons. Relax, Stanley. Let me get my point. Let me land, bruv. Arguably, this is one of Guardiola's best seasons. Yes, they came from behind. We won top of the league for like 2 weeks. But I mean, if the game ends level and we win our remaining games and 30 wins the remaining games, we would see ourselves behind with 11 points. So last season it was 20-something points. This season is now 11 points. And I'm going to ignore the comments where they said, where my good friend David says we're the best of a bad bunch. But I see that there is improvement.
Yeah.
As is improvement.
It is.
Last
It is.
season, how many semi-finals did we go into? We went into 3 or 4 semi-finals with nothing to show. But how many managers post Fergie did we get into any semi-finals? You understand what I'm saying? So I think it's
besides Jose that won it.
Ole in, and for me, this comment, of course, should be what would, let me just get that quickly over there. What would be a successful season for United?
Trophy.
Yeah, besides Jose,
Trophy.
2 semi-finals and he won it.
A trophy.
Good point, Declan. A trophy.
A trophy.
Let's just say we don't. Let's just say it's not going to happen. We don't win the Europa and we end second.
Top four.
The failure of a season.
Consistently.
Yeah, I think as we all know, and I mean, it sounds cliche, as I say, United is a big club, so we obviously expect some trophy, whether it is Carabao.
We're gonna have to live with the manager that is.
Say again, Glenn?
So, Glenn?
We apologize for Glenn's network. He's on 2 kbs.
Nah, I say with Ollie, don't expect.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Okay, brother.
Nah, I say, John, your background is hectic, bruh.
Yeah.
Nah, I say that with Ollie, don't expect the world with Ollie. That's what I've learned.
But what can we expect from Ollie, though? We are hungry Manchester United supporters. We are a massive club. What can we expect from Ollie?
You are.
Big patience.
Look, yeah, no. I don't even want to say practice patience. That's what you need to do. Practice patience, like he's telling the Owens on the pitch,
guys,
on the training ground.
It's the same.
Every day,
It's the same
guys,
I always
just
say.
practice patience. So,
No.
you need to do the same.
No. I mean, we live in a time now where we have something unexpected as the COVID, or we're living in a pandemic. So, only winning the league next year, I wouldn't put it past. I mean, anything's possible.
It was funny. Yeah. I hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
I'm gonna be honest. When I saw United playing on top of the log, my man, no one could tell me nothing.
I know.
No one could tell me nothing. As Manchester United is back, I'm the best in the world. I'm where I'm supposed to be. 2 weeks later.
Where's that screenshot?
John.
I'm sure John has screenshots of you commenting.
I don't pull out the screenshots, man.
What's up? What's up?
Now we were just saying, you have any screenshots of John there, of Dale when we were laying top?
No, we weren't that bad this season, I must say. I think it's because I chilled, man. I went on the like,
how many points were we ahead of City? How many points were we ahead of City this season? This season was the best season to take it.
Thank you.
If you can't do it this season, you're not going to do it next season.
As much.
Our problem was that we didn't see City in our real end. City had about 2 games in hand, and we were just worried about getting to the top of the log. We didn't look at how many games was being played. And I know that
I'm telling you, that is the feeling. That is the best feeling.
You can't compare this season laying far ahead of a team based on the changes of the game, the dynamic that brought. Like, you could have been laying 20 points ahead of a team this season, and another team could have been coming past you so freaking fast, Like, you lose 4 games in a row, the other team won 4 games in a row, and then they start losing again. Like it's crazy stuff. The injuries, everything was played fast pace this season. So no matter how far you were.
Yeah, I feel it. What I'm saying is that we were ahead. We were ahead. We went ahead. We were on top. Was it 2 weeks that we were on top? And I forgot about City. I just thought, okay, United. Did I think we were going to win the league? I dreamt about it. I'm going to be honest. I did dream about it. I thought it's coming home. I really thought it's coming home. Until someone reminded me, but yeah, City is still
only out and Arteta out.
Then I done my calculations, and
I agree with him, Diaz.
That's what happened. So, like you said, John, the whole dynamic, the play of the game, everything changes in the game. But I think that's a learning curve for Manchester United. And something that Mr. Fitch said is that City is a B squad.
Yeah.
They have a B squad. Look at United's starting lineup, and you look at the bench on paper. Like if I'm going to look at the
How's
starting lineup,
Arteta still in the Premier League?
I don't think Arsenal can afford another coach, to be honest.
I wouldn't agree with any of your statements though. But like I'm not there to check all of that, you know. My opinion.
John. Because I know I have Arsenal supporters.
Chelsea also has a B squad. They also have a tough.
Before we go to Chelsea, how do you feel about your team so far?
Chelsea also has a great team with a great coach.
They do. They do.
We do.
Jonathan?
John, are you with me? How do you feel about your club so far?
Arteta out. Arteta out.
Nah, I don't feel Arteta should be out though. I feel we're building. There's been a lot of changes in Arsenal. I don't mind seeing another season. Look, we already hit rock bottom, bro. Like we've never been here for 20 years. So like from here, it's only a building up from here. But to be honest, our football doesn't look bad from time to time. I must say. I think Fabian made a comment earlier about it. I would say when our star players, which we are depending on a lot, and that is youngsters, when they are injured, it's a shitty thing like to go through, but we should have backups. We should have people that can fulfill those roles. We don't. So it's still a building phase for us. I would not say Arteta out just based on the football we're actually getting to now. I would just say he needs to reinforce
anything for your club, John.
Also, John, like I must at seeing that, like I mean, we watch football at the end of the day, and yes, I support. But if we look at what I like about Arteta is that, have you noticed he puts Aubameyang will be on the bench. He wouldn't start him.
Yes.
Like I said, would be on the bench based on yourself. So I think he's trying to. There we go. So that's one thing I have picked up. And besides the what's that? Besides Saka and what's the other guy on the blank now? That number 11 now. Underblank. Yeah. But I mean, like I do agree with you. There's certain games where if you watch the game, they do look like it. But I wouldn't say Arteta out immediately, Clint. That's a bit so quick.
I also don't think so. Arteta's gonna change Arsenal. I can see it.
Look, I don't say
comments coming through, John, on what you said about Arsenal and David D. Building what football? 12 losses. Are you trusting the process?
David.
Everybody's gonna have their own opinion though on what we are currently going through. You know what I mean? Like, and to me personally, swapping managers is never gonna help, my bro. And bringing in a technical director that's making decisions that our managers were making first. So having a technical director making decisions, having to agree with your manager and work together to do that. From a business perspective, it needs to be molded. If you think of any company, any business, a new team needs molding before they start performing. If you were ever in a building phase of a company, you will soon realize that you need to work together as departments in order to achieve one goal. And it takes time, but there's pressure. In the Premier League, there's that pressure of you need results now. You get.
I feel you.
So,
I feel
yeah.
you. But in
That's
all
my
of sense, is that they come off fresh from trophies. They've won trophies, and they started off the season well. But what happened since then, though? Because I thought Arteta was not that person. Because there was some type of football that I seen Arsenal play in the beginning of the season and it was beauty. But after that, it was like he probably played his best card too early.
I think you may be a bit biased because now I feel we're playing much better from a defensive perspective than what we were in the beginning. So even though we're letting goals in, and you have David Luiz with a reckless tackle in the box, red card, something like that to put us on the back foot. But other than that, David Luiz hasn't been cuck when he's actually playing.
I think William changed the whole dynamic of that team.
Look, to be honest,
but at the end of the day, I'm gonna have my opinion. You watch the football, criticizing your way. I criticize my way, and I criticize I think I criticize very unbiasedly when it comes to my team. I don't look over their flaws. They have a lot of flaws. I'm not gonna lie. We need a lot more players and depth in our squad to be there again.
Callum Chambers, people like that,
Well, at the end of the day, United's also sitting with an average squad that you don't have depth as well. To be honest,
you have
to a point that John made earlier, and as we said, this is a group in terms of it's not. I know Dev is quite emotional about it. We'll get him another beer. But to that point, yes, Arsenal's where they are now, but we look at the top 6 or the top 8, for example. We have your West Ham chilling there. We have Leicester in and out. We have, you know what I mean. We have Everton lurking there. We have so for me also this season.
Arsenal can't sign Mbappe.
and yes, this season Arsenal haven't produced. And I do think to agree with John to a certain extent that you need to allow the coach to see in terms of what he has with the window that's going to be at the end of the season, is new players coming in or not. Will he rebuild Arsenal? You can't just go with the bias in terms of, because United, we were in that position. Yes, we weren't struggling for 10th or playing, but there was we were struggling for how many seasons. And we've been coach out. So, and I think that's also to a point where John said there needs to be some stability, and it's either you build a club around players that you have, or you let the coach build it around who he wants and how he wants to build it up. So that's just my 2 cents on the Arsenal, Jonathan.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
What's your guys' take on Tottenham?
Hey?
What's your take on Tottenham?
Tottenham. Before we get to that, last question. Jesse Lingard back to United. How do you guys feel?
No, stay at West Ham. It's good for his career.
You guys are rude.
No, so much rude. He's gonna come back. Get 10 minutes again from this coach. Line. You'd rather go build your career.
I would say if West Ham can afford him, I would say it would be a good move for him. I think in the terms of I also think that yes, he's a good player, and just because he's performing so well now, like Tandy said, he's not going to be a starter or automatic starter in the United squad. So I as much as I would have liked to see him back in this form in the United team, But I also do believe, because he's also an English player, Ole might even keep him, to be honest.
Yeah. Like, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. He is an academy player. I wouldn't want to see him go. That's just for me on the culture of Manchester United. Just the culture that we have is that we have him there, and what we have currently in our squad is basically there's no competition. You're gonna see the people start week in and week out. Just basically in the midfield, because we have so many midfielders. We don't allow. We don't have actually any competitors that will actually challenge Rashford, that will challenge Greenwood. James is the only person that's there, you know. So he's doing quite well, but Jesse Lingard is just doing better than Jesse Lingard. You know what I'm saying? We don't know Jesse Lingard actually being top. We've seen it maybe 4 or 5 times, but now we're actually seeing this. Brad looks good. He actually looks good, but at the West Ham team though.
He will perform better there. He should really stay there. For his own career, he really must stay there. And then also, just to answer that one question for you, you will never have depth in your team if you're not playing giving the guys chance. We have players, bro. We have potential on the bench. If they're not going to get game time to get mix up with the team, it's going to be difficult. Then as a coach, you're going to struggle. So that's why you know that Oli doesn't have a big budget in the summer. You guys know that. Oli was given. He doesn't have a big budget for the summer.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So the possibility of bringing Lingard back is
high. Yes,
it's possibly it's very high. But I do.
I'm sure, bro.
I would also want to go. I mean, how would you like it if someone just keep you there, as a spare wheel to drive around and then leave you?
Lingard is living his best life at West Ham. He has so much space, so much freedom there.
Yes,
you can do you can do anything he wants there at West Ham under David Van Moyes, because we must all know David Van Moyes while he was at United. Go out, boys. Go kick them. But now with only the structure there now, so you can't really, dance on the field anymore. At Arsenal's home ground, we love to score. So yeah.
Look, 40 million for Lingard. We're getting some good comments here.
Excuse me,
couldn't get the out of you.
I agree, David.
40 million.
Well, that's in the comments. We had one from the comments. Imtiaz, 40 million for him. That we can 40 million for Lingard.
How much you want to sell him for, Tandy?
30 hours, not 40. You won't get
Tandy, we're gonna go for the most.
Never. 40. 40 is too much.
40 is way too.
How much did Arsenal pay for Willian? How much did Arsenal pay for Willian?
Yeah, but Arsenal's desperate. Arsenal's desperate.
Arsenal. We don't make it mistake anymore by desperation. We learned our lesson. But guys, we're nearing the end of our podcast. Going into the weekend's fixtures, United and Tottenham Hotspurs.
Yeah, we owe them a payback. The first game was.
Don't put your money on it.
Jose must keep quiet. Yeah, he must keep quiet.
He's killing that team, though, and he has a solid team. He cannot say he doesn't have a solid team. He's killing that team. Mourinho is messing up that team.
Yes, he is. Definitely. But what do you feel now? What do you feel? Do we have a chance? Can we get a revenge? Because I don't want a last 1-0 win against Jose. I need to give him a pack.
Forget.
Yeah, I think the main thing is the 3 points, but I do feel that
and a clean sheet.
What can also happen? What can also happen is that Jose is the master at parking.
Yeah,
before we get to Jose is a master at parking the bus. He knows United. We don't play too well having the ball all the time. We're good on the counter. Is Jose going to allow us to get that counter in? Or is he going to punish us with 80 million fridge at the back and the fake Iceman?
He's gonna do that.
I say, most disrespectful score is 1-0 on the last minute. Remember when that Brad ran past Josie, there Chelsea, on the last minute? How upset was he there by United? We just give him something like that again, man. Give him
You don't want to kick that, bruh.
Look, we got some.
Go walk through the tunnel. Don't shake anybody's hands.
Just walk. 3-1 to United. But before we go, what do you guys feel? What is the prediction going to be? What do you predict, Tandy?
For what, for tonight?
Score prediction for tonight and the weekend.
Tonight 2-0. The weekend 1-0.
So we only predict Man United scores now.
Yeah. No, you can predict.
I asked Tandy. I'll be getting to you still. Fabian.
I would say Arsenal 3-1.
3-1 to Arsenal.
3-1 to Arsenal.
Make a prediction. Is that your bet again? That's why.
Yeah, guys, when you make a bet, you don't bet with your heart. You bet with your head.
And the weekend?
Who's Arsenal playing?
Nah, but
who's Arsenal playing?
John,
the team from
I don't know.
Team from China, I think.
John, don't disrespect Arsenal fans like that, my man. Please, the Arsenal supporters in this chat.
We're not.
But yeah, Mr. Williams. So I would say tonight I'm going for a. I've just seen the team news actually as well. I see Daya is back in the squad. So good to see him back as well. Greenwood as well up front. So I would say tonight actually I feel confident. I'm going to go for a 3 goals from United at least tonight, and then this. Sorry.
Are we getting a clean sheet tonight?
Daya's first game back, so I would give him a clean sheet, just to show the coach and the fans that he should still be the number 1.
Shop is closed until
Shop is closed, yeah. Uncle is too. And then Saturday, it's gonna be. I think Joe's is gonna park the bus. Like honestly, I think he's. I think if there's one thing he would like to do, or he wouldn't want to do, is to either try and pull a double over United, or not give any points away to United this season. But with the form, I would definitely. I'm gonna go for United. So yeah, I'm gonna go for United 2-0 the weekend. That's how confident.
John, Slavia Prague is the team you're playing.
Slavia Prague against Arsenal is like Barcelona against Arsenal.
No, that team.
I'm gonna go for 2-1.
And the team played pretty well though. They played pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for 2-1.
That's what I say.
2-1 to who?
For Slavia.
2-1
to Arsenal tonight, and United. I would go with. I think I'm gonna agree with Fabian. 3-0 tonight.
3-0.
But the weekend United, I'm gonna go with a 1-1. Jose is gonna close up shop. They might get the goal. You might fall behind, and then come back for a 1-1. I feel that's what's going to happen the weekend against Jose's team.
That's actually brilliant, John.
He's not going to let him win.
Thank you for your honesty, John. Thank you.
Let him win, but it's going to be a draw maybe.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Clinton, 30 seconds.
Tonight, United 2-1. And in the weekend, 1-0.
No clean sheet.
And the weekend? And the weekend, Clint?
The weekend, 1-0.
Okay, I think it's
United.
1-0.
1-0 to United.
Shot a lot. I think it's decent.
Yeah,
it's a disrespectful 1-0.
Thanks, guys. See you.
Now, John, ask a question.
Yes, sir.
Why is Clinton's internet so slow compared to the other three? In Bello, what's
Now,
wrong?
it's mobile data.
Oh.
Vuma.
He's healthy there, my brother.
Guys, thank you very much to the guests that was on the show tonight. I really appreciate it for you guys being here. To the guys that was on the stream and the comments, I appreciate you guys. We'll be back again next week, Thursday, live with new guests. But I feel it was a very good evening. And nice having you on, Tandy, John, Fabian, and Clint. Peace out. We're out here.
Shot. Thanks, Mr. Williams. Safe, gents.
Thanks, Mr.